Welcome to Fusion Lifestyle Show. This project was made possible by the Australian Government Regional Arts Fund, which supports arts in regional and remote Australia. On today's 6th episode, we have invited very talented international student and a community volunteer, Benjamin Poveda Alfonso from Charles Darwin University. He is National Secretary at Council of International Students Australia and current President of Charles Darwin University Student Association. So let's find out more about Benjamin and his achievements. Welcome, Benjamin, in Fusion Lifestyle Show.
Thank you very much, Nitesh.
Now, we would like to know about your journey from Colombia to Australia, if you don't mind.
To start with, my name is Benjamin Poveda Alfonso. People call me Ben here in Australia, but in Colombia they call me Benji, or Benjito, like my family would say. I've been in Australia for 3 years and a half. Arrived in April 2015, and since I stepped foot in Australia, I've been working for the international communities, volunteering, trying to do my best to give to everyone the possibility to have a better life.
Yep.
So yes, I was studying in Colombia finance. In Colombia, the degrees take 5 years. So in order for me to pass from the 4th year to the 5th year, I had to pass an English exam, which I obviously couldn't pass. So that is the reason why I decided to leave my country to learn a new skill, which is the English language.
Okay, so you came to Australia in April 2015. So is the first city you arrived, or why did you choose Darwin? Like, there are lots of other bigger cities in Australia.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, Colombia is, as you know, is very far away in South America, so we are on the other side of the world. So in order for me to get here, I first had to go to the US. I stopped over in Atlanta, then Los Angeles. From Los Angeles, I flew to Brisbane. Brisbane was the first city I stepped in Australia, and then from Sydney, I came to Darwin. But yeah, Darwin is the first ever city I have lived in, the only one, and I hope will be the only one I will live for many years. And to answer your second question, there are a few reasons why I chose to come to Darwin. The first one is my goal was learning English first, right? I wanted to, have a proper second language where I'll be able to communicate, or where I'll be proud of, saying, okay, I know what I'm doing, right? But I wanted to find a place where I wouldn't find as many Spanish speakers as there are in some of the largest capital cities. So I started doing my research and all that, and then I found out that when you say Australia, people talk about Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, some others. But then I found out there were so many Colombians, so many Latinos. It's not about anything against my people, right? It's about that my goal was learning English, and that's what I wanted to do. And secondly, I come from a city, Villavicencio. It's a capital city, but it's also as small as Darwin. It's warm, hot. So I wanted to find a place very similar to my capital city. And also, and one of the most important things is I found out that Darwin is one of the most multicultural cities in Australia. About 30% of the population speak a second language. So I really wanted to, I was traveling all the way to Australia from Colombia. I wanted to really live the Australian experience and to learn from other cultures. Right. So yeah, that's why I picked Darwin.
Right. So normally what we hear, like most of the international students faces lots of challenges, and English being a second language, for myself it was a challenge too, and as yourself you came having not much connection with Spanish speaking, Latino speaking in Darwin. How was your journey? Like, was it hard to establish yourself?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, there is always, this culture shock, you don't know how things work, you don't know anyone. I literally came here and I had no one, so I really had to start, from zero. Yep. Plus, there was, always the language barrier. I consider myself a talkative person. I like talking to people, going, how is everything going,
Right.
my name is Ben, whatever, you know, just trying to connect. That's just my personality. But I remember this time, one of my first jobs was in McDonald's, and I remember this guy, well, by then I was, you know, my English wasn't as fluent, and he asked me, so Ben, why are you so shy? That was the first time someone ever asked me that question, and I thought, oh my goodness, something's going on, you know. So I thought, from that day, you know, I thought I'm really gonna, you know, get into social stuff, get into, you know, multicultural groups where I will only have to speak in English, where I will practice my English all the time, you know, things like that. That was sort of a motivation, and then yeah, obviously the language barrier is always a challenge for everyone,
Right.
but you know, as time goes past, you know, you get used to it, and here I am now.
Yeah, like we can really feel like within 3 years you have achieved a lot. You are a current president for CISA International Student Association,
Yes.
and you're secretary with International Student of Australia, and you are StudyNT ambassador, CDU student ambassador. How are you managing all these responsibilities and your studies together?
Well, it's always a challenge, you know, and at first it was, you know, quite difficult because I thought, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. I had 100 tasks to do, and at the beginning I used to do everything by myself, you know. I used to try to do, but you know, it's impossible, you know. Then, you know, I realized that, you know, even in life, you know, you cannot achieve anything on your own. So, you know, thanks God I got, you know, a group of friends and my beautiful partner there, always helping me, supporting me, you know, whatever you have to do, you know, you don't have to think that you are the only one who can achieve that. You know, when you have a group of people supporting you, when you have your family there supporting you, where you have your lecturers, staff, even, you know, at your job, there is always people who are willing to help. You just need to ask, and, you know, make sure that you have people that really care about you as much as you do care about them. And, you know, this is I'm a team player now, so I don't say, you know, I have achieved this, I am the president of CISA, I'm the secretary of CISA, I'm the ambassador for StudyNT, CDU, CPA. This is not only achieved on my own, you know, with all those people that I have around, all of them are the reason why I am where I am now, because of their support, their help. And, you know, I hope that, you know, wherever I go, they will always be, you know, there for me.
Yep, so you are a team player and a very positive person, because I met you once in Walk Together event, and I can see your energy, the way you presented yourself and the friends you were with, and walking on this very hot day in Darwin. That was awesome, and I can see the brightness what you have inside you, and the way you presented yourself is like every student should learn from you, I guess. And beside these things, you are active in sports as well, that I have heard. So tell us about your sports journey.
Well, you know, as I mentioned, I'm from Colombia, you know, South America. Our, you know, main sport is obviously football. I mean, soccer, how they call it here in Australia. I'm not used to the word soccer, but yeah, let's call it soccer. So yes, I say soccer is in my blood. I'm not the best football player, I have to admit it. Right. But I love playing football. I love watching football. Everything I do on the weekends and all that, I'm, you know, all the time, you know, watching the news, playing, you know, FIFA, you know, all about football. That's really one of my passions. And I was lucky enough when I came to Australia to Darwin. I met a friend from Colombia, Angela. Her coach, her husband, was a coach and the founder of one Irish English Australian team. So she told me, okay, I talked to Jimmy, the coach, you can go and, you know, just have a try. Then I went there. The first day I did very well. I scored like 2 goals or something unbelievable. And then I kept playing. I was the only one that English was not their mother tongue, you know, so it was a challenge, but they welcomed me very, very well, you know, and that helped me so much because especially, you know, the Irish, Scottish, and Australian accent is very hard to get, but being part of that football team was amazing because I learned, you know, from their cultures, from their language, the way they speak, And at the end, I even got an award as the reserves. I used to play for the reserves, top goal scorer, which was amazing.
And that's what you got it, isn't it?
Yeah, so yeah, this will be with me forever. As I say, I'm not the best football player, but I try to do my best. But then now, I kind of I'm focusing on some other things, unfortunately. But I'm playing every Monday night at CDU. We organized a football night for students as well as multicultural groups. So every Monday night at the CDU basketball court, we play futsal with a lot of multicultural groups and students, which is great.
You are connected with students, you are connected with community, and you are learning from there. So do you recall any interesting incident that motivated you more?
Well, I used to work at the Uni Lodge. This time I used to organize events and things like that. And I didn't know much. I'm coming from Colombia. We are a Christian Catholic country. More than 90% of population are Christian Catholic. So we don't really know about other cultures. We don't really know about how people live in the other side of the world. That's like we don't really get taught about it. Obviously we know, but we have this understanding. So when I came to Australia, I made my really good friends are from different places in the world. I have friends from Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Nepal, Bangladesh, India, China, everywhere. Right. So when I first came, obviously I didn't know much about it, and I had to run an event where there was like a barbecue and all that. So by then I didn't know that Muslim eat a special sort of food, which is called halal. So when I organized the event, I didn't get that kind of food. So it was very, I was disappointed because I should have, researched and all that. But at the end, I had a friend who was Muslim, and I told him, look, this is what happened. Can you help me out? He absolutely took me to the place where to get the food. We got it and everything worked out well. So it was obviously a challenging experience, but at the end it worked out perfectly. So yeah.
Right, and you handle it really well. That's how. And yeah, I've been through those kind of issues as well, because we are from other country. We brought up and born in different culture set, different mindset. But when you come to Australia, it's multicultural, but you have to be very sensitive. And you have to be very responsible as well. So you are a role model of all the international students, not only up here in CDU, because most of the people from other states also know you. So what message do you have for international students who are studying in Australia?
Well, one of the things I'd say is that anything is possible as long as you really want it. If you really work for it, you can achieve anything. And one of the messages I like to say, not only for international students, but for the whole Australian people, is that immigrants are here to offer amazing things. We are here not to take their jobs, to put our cultures in their culture or anything like that. We're people who love as much as they do, who play as much as they play, who learn as much as they learn. So we just want, obviously a beautiful life. Everyone wants it, and we have amazing things to offer to the world, to wherever we're going, not only in Australia, but wherever you're moving towards.
And it's like we are in multicultural community, and we feel really privileged to be an Australian and to live in this country. Do you have any message, or do you have any future plan actually?
Well, absolutely. Well, the way I live my life is I'm always planning, ahead. I already know where I'm going to be in 5 years. Even though I still have to, fill up some gaps. I like setting goals in my life. That's the way I work. When I know where I want to go, when I know what I want to achieve, then I'll find a way to achieve that goal that I want. So I'll say that one of the main things that I like to do in my plans is to first show the world that, a lot of people think that Colombia is only about drugs and crimes and things like that. So I want to show that we're here, with passion, that we are positive, that we are not only what the media shows, what the television shows. We are great people, helpful, that want to achieve things. And in a personal level, obviously I'm my partner, so we're planning to get married next year, hopefully. My mom is gonna fly. My mom is gonna fly from Colombia to Australia, and then hopefully we'll go to Thailand, where she's from, to meet her parents, my parents-in-law.
Wow, that's what I was trying to get out with you. You're from Thailand, and Ben is from Colombia. You guys met in Darwin, and you are getting married next year. So how this whole thing happened?
Yeah, I first came here for working holiday visa in 2012, and then I came back home. Then I decided to came back to study again in 2014. So that when I start studying here, and then in 2016 I had an opportunity to meet him in the university, Charles Darwin University. So that's the our relationship started. Yeah.
Then we moved together.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big step.
We really would like to congratulate you for getting married next year, and we wish you bright future. Both of you achieve more success in life, and you'll be graduating this year, isn't it? So you'll be finishing 3 years of bachelor's in accounting. Wow. So if you look back 3 years, and if you put yourself in a place and say, okay, is this really what I wanted? Or still you have some other visions like, okay, I still need to get that one too?
All right. Well, that's a very interesting question, Nitesh. So obviously, when you're young, you think, oh, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a football player, I want to be a singer, I want to be an actor, whatever. And, as I say, if you really want something, you definitely will achieve it. But I believe the life will show you the way. Life will give you signs. Life will take you to the place. Some people come to Darwin just for holidays and they end up living here. Some people go to anywhere, they love it. So even though you have some plans, you cannot push things up, because when something is going to be for you, that thing is going to be given to you exactly in the right moment, in the right time, when you can, when you have the experience to do whatever you want to do, and exactly in the perfect time. That's the way I believe. So obviously, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, when I came here, I only wanted to study English, to learn English, go back to my country and continue my degree there. But here I am now, just finished my Bachelor of Accounting. And now I'm actually going to do a master in public policy, which obviously I wasn't thinking about it 3 years ago. But now that I've got some experience in some other areas, I want to focus myself in some other things. So, and even now that I'm going to study something different, I cannot say that in 5 years I'm going to do any other thing. But I have obviously my set goals that I know that I want to be this kind of person. It's not about where you work or the degree that you have. It's about how you are as a person, how people respect you, how you can go outside and tell, okay, he's done this, he's like this. It's about how you are as a person, how you treat people, and so
that's a great message, Ben. And do you recall your first public speaking?
Yes, I think, at my work, as I said, I used to work for Unilodge and now I work for Navitas. So I usually had to organize events and things like that. So I was always speaking, in front of people. I'm usually comfortable, but because of the language, it was a challenge. But the speech that I'll never forget, I think, was the one in Cairns. And this year, when I got elected as the National Secretary for CISA, I had to speak to a bunch of people that I never knew. I had to tell them my story. I had to tell them why they should vote for me to represent them in the country. It was a big challenge. It was, you know, I didn't know what to do. I was thinking, I had not a lot, you know, I knew no one pretty much. I was very new there. But, you know, I just thought, God, give me wisdom.
Right.
I didn't even plan my speech. I just said, I'm going to improvise. I'm going to show myself how I am. And it was fantastic. Everyone loved it. Well, I hope. And then here I am. I got elected through my speech, my experience.
Right.
So that's definitely something that I'll never forget.
Right. And we really would like to thank you for your valuable time and whatever you have achieved, and you will achieve more than what you are today. So we wish you good luck. And do you have any more messages to our viewers, or even this program will be seen on internet, so probably from your family in Colombia, they might be looking at you. So do you have any special message for your family?
Yeah, absolutely. First thing I like to say is that, you know, whatever you want to achieve, it will be achieved. But don't think that if it doesn't happen tomorrow, or don't think that if it doesn't happen in 6 months, in a year, that doesn't gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. Si ustedes de verdad quieren esa cosa que de verdad los apasiona, que de verdad no los deja dormir, si de verdad la quieren, luchen por ella, lo van a conseguir. No importa si no es hoy, si no es mañana, si no es pasado mañana. Esa cosa, esa persona, ese trabajo, lo que sea, va a llegar. It's gonna come exactly in the right moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't understand what you said, but what my mind is saying is be positive, be honest, do hard work, and you will achieve whatever you are dreaming. Is that correct?
Your Spanish is so good.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your invitation, Nitesh.
Pleasure having you.
Pleasure to be here.
MCNT is running various successful projects such as Passport to Drive, Homework Club, Play Group, Emergency Relief, Citizenship Test, etc. And today we will find out about Glow and Flow Yoga of MCNT.
Yeah, so if you come to yoga session, we prefer those people who are coming for the first time. There's no need to book, you can just walk in. So just call the office if you want to know more detail. But if you come, walk in about 15 minutes before, we can introduce ourselves, we can give a bit of brief of the yoga style. Some people have some concerns we can handle. We can just also find out any health issues which I have to be aware of. Those are the first thing, and then we join to the standard group, and the standard group we follow through meditation, a bit of prayer, and then some talk about yoga to connect with today's perspective, and then breathing exercises. Then we go into asanas, and then we wind down and go for again back to relaxation and prayer and finish the session.
Right. So how many students do you have at the moment?
It varies, and currently about 5 to 7 is what's there. It's only about 5 sessions yet.
Yeah.
So we started with 2 people,
right.
And it's only people are coming to know about us. And
so when did you get certified as a yoga instructor?
I went to a ashram in Shivananda. It was a 1-month course, and we have to stay. It's an intensive course. It's a very Shivananda Swamiji was a old Swami who was interested in promoting yoga in 18th century. So it's slowly from his disciples, and there are many ashrams in India and overseas in US. And so I came to know they are run by Canadians, and the quality of delivery is very, very good. It's very Western way, because they have more kind of respect for Indian the yoga tradition and culture. So it then gives us the best of both worlds, from the old knowledge delivered in a much more effective way with using modern technologies. And
okay, so now tell us what really happens on the day at MCNT every Saturday at 10:30.
Yeah, so if you are coming for the first time, the best thing is that you can come any session and every session, and you can join it. There's no, we are kind of trying to see that there is a routine where new people can also join, so they get a bit of introduction, and over a period they will also pick up and be in flow with everybody else. So we prefer the new people to come by 10 o'clock or about 10:15, and we call it as a registration or a kind of a bit of briefing, and then 10:30 is when the yoga starts, and it is for 1.5 hours. So we take them through a bit of a talking session for 5 minutes. Then if there is time permits, initially we start with a bit of meditation, prayer, then a bit of talking session, and we're explaining a bit of the philosophy, how it's come. So it puts things in perspective. Many of the logics are different today than what it used to be, and where the yoga perspective come from. And then there is pranayama, where it's all breathing exercises. Then we go into stretching exercises, Surya Namaskar, other things, and then we go into asanas, which is the yoga postures. And towards the end, we again go back, like it goes, like we take them to a hill, and then slowly relaxation and prayer, and finish the session.
So is this free for everyone, or it just for some time?
Yeah, that was very lucky, Nitesh, that MCNT supported us, supported me, and they found that this is really an area where a lot of people are getting interested. So we could get the venue for free. So it's only my time which is involved. So the opportunity, this one is to see that it can be available for free as long as possible. Okay. So we just we hope that it continues every Saturday, same time.
Yeah, thank you, and we wish you best of luck, Ashok. You're doing a great job for community.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Anyone, if you want to join Glow and Flow Yoga at Multicultural Council of Northern Territory, it started from 22nd of September and it will go until 15th of December. So come and see Ashok and enjoy yoga. Keep care of your health and well-being.
Yeah, and the next year's dates will be decided eventually after the break. Okay. We might have a few weeks break to, depending on how many people turn on. Yeah. But thank you, Nitesh, for the opportunity.
Pleasure having you.
Nice to meet you too.
If you are planning for a future holiday, please mark your calendar to visit Darwin Northern Territory during April to October 2019. Lots of events will be happening all around, and you will have a chance to catch up with local artists. I was fortunate to catch up with one local artist, Sarah Bassell. She is a facilitator who runs Drum Circle. Hope you'll enjoyed performance by Sarah and a group of Drum Circle. On our next episode, we will bring more performances and story behind Drum Circle and Sarah's experience. This project was made possible by the support of Australian Government Regional Arts Fund, which supports arts in regional and remote Australia. Once again, thank you Benjamin, thank you Ashok and Sarah for providing your valuable time. Looking forward to see you on next episode with new story. Till then, take care. And by the way, please do like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.